This video provides an overview of the at-risk ribbon. Then other videos in the Guided Tour series describe the functionality of specific parts of the ribbon in more detail. The buttons in the model group are used to develop and monitor an at-risk model. The Define Distributions button opens a dialog box with a gallery of distributions that you can use for uncertain inputs. The Add Output button lets you specify cells that at-risk will keep track of during simulations. The Insert Function dropdown lets you choose distribution and other at-risk functions, all from one central list. The Define Correlations button opens a handy dialog box where you can specify correlations between specified inputs. The Distribution Fitting dropdown lets you fit at-risk distributions to historical data. Finally, the Model Window button opens a window where you can see all of the inputs, outputs, and correlations in your simulation model. The buttons in the Simulation group allow you to change simulation settings and to run a simulation. Specifically, the small icon to the right of Settings opens a dialog box where you can change a variety of settings for the current simulation. Alternatively, you can change the most common of these with the Iterations and Simulation boxes and with the three other small icons. Then you can click the Start Simulation button to run the simulation. The buttons in the Results group provide a number of options for viewing the results of a simulation. These options are explained in detail in other Guided Tour companion videos. The most commonly used options are the interactive Browse Results and Summary buttons, and the Excel Reports option for static but more permanent reports. As indicated here, most of these options are disabled until a simulation has been run. But now they are enabled. The Tools group provides several more advanced tools for taking at-risk to the next level. Each of these is virtually a program in its own right, but they are all entirely integrated into at-risk. The Advanced Analyses dropdown provides three tools. The GoalSeek tool lets you force a summary measure of an output distribution to a specific value by varying the value in a specified cell. This is much like the Excel tool with the same name. The Stress Analysis tool lets you, quote, stress a particular output distribution. Typically, this tool is used to examine the lower or upper tail of an output distribution in more detail. The Advanced Sensitivity Analysis tool lets you determine the effects of uncertain inputs or values in worksheet cells on specified outputs. Risk Optimizer is an optimization tool that complements at-risk simulations. It allows you to specify a summary measure of an at-risk output, a set of adjustable cells, and optional constraints. Then it runs multiple simulations to find the values of the adjustable cells that optimize the specified summary measure while satisfying the constraints. The time series tools are new to at-risk 6.0. They are analogous to at-risk's Define Distributions and Distribution Fitting tools, but they are used in a time series context. Specifically, the Fit and Batch Fit tools allow you to fit various theoretical time series processes to time series data. Alternatively, the Define tool allows you to specify a time series process as an input to a simulation. In this case, the Results item provides complementary results about the time series results, in addition to the results in the usual at-risk reports. The Project dropdown provides options for using at-risk together with Microsoft Project. This item appears in the at-risk ribbon only if Microsoft Project is installed on your PC. The functionality in this tool has been completely revised in At-Risk 6.0. Now you can work with the familiar at-risk interface in Excel, letting Microsoft Project do most of the calculations in the background. This gives you the best of both worlds, the familiar at-risk Excel interface and the power of Microsoft Project. The Library tool allows you to store information about your model in a SQL Server database. This is especially useful in a corporate setting, where, for example, a company might want to reuse the same input distributions in multiple models. In this case, it makes sense to store this information in a central location for use by all members involved. This tool requires a SQL Server account. Finally, the Help group contains the usual Utilities and Help dropdowns, shown here, along with a new color coding feature. Specifically, you use the Utilities dropdown to get to application settings for at-risk as a whole. And you can also use it to unload at-risk or load other Decision Tools add-ins. Its other options are discussed in the guided tour series. The help list is self-explanatory. It includes a number of options for learning at-risk better, including many example spreadsheet files, and you can also open the welcome screen from the help drop-down list. This provides links to instructional videos, such as the one you are seeing now. Note that the Color Cells feature was added late in the At-Risk 6.0 development process. Also, a Videos button was deleted and was instead added to the Help drop-down list. Therefore, most of the videos in the guided tour series, which were produced earlier, show the previous version of these.